The playoffs every fan's been waiting for are finally here. People are calling this the most exciting series of the entire playoffs. It's Denver versus the Clippers, a matchup that's basically too close to call. Denver shook things up with a coaching change and started turning things around. Meanwhile, the Clippers ended the season on fire with 8 straight wins, so naturally this Game 1 drew the most hype on day 1 of the playoffs. Denver opened with a zone D, but Zubac attacked it with strong rebounding. They tried pulling Zubac out with aggressive three-point shooting. The Clippers responded by feeding Zubac over and over. Zubac kept scoring, putting real pressure on Jokic. But if there was good news for Denver, it was this. Jamal Murray looked sharp early on. The Clippers definitely weren't hoping for a hot Murray. Still, the Clippers started to take control of the game. And right in the middle of it all was Ivica Zubac. Zubac's plays kept opening up easy points and had Denver scrambling. They expected him to be strong in the paint, sure, but his passing was looking Jokic-like. Worried about Zubac, Denver started giving up soft drives, and none of Jokic's kick-out passes were turning into makes.
Harden. Down the lane again, counted on a foul and send that young man to the line.
Well, rinse and repeat.
Harden takes a page out of Westbrook's book and gets an and one. The Clippers' game plan to wear Jokic down was working. Zubac and Harden were the 1-2 punch for LA so far. Fired up, Harden keeps attacking the paint like a tank, which also says a lot about how shaky Denver's defense was. Denver tried shifting more offense through Jokic to flip the momentum. Their zone defense helped them get some stops. But then Harden hits a step-back 3 near the end of the quarter. Meanwhile, Westbrook gets blocked hard by Derrick Jones Jr. He couldn't punish the defense sagging off him.
Harden goes to work. Step-back 3 ahead of the horn. Got it! What a shot by Harden! What a quarter for the Clippers!
Harden, now fully locked in, drills another buzzer-beater 3. He drops a wild 15 points just in the first quarter. Zubac owned the start, and then Beard took over the rest. Westbrook tried to get going, but even missed a layup in the second. The Clippers push in transition, and Kawhi finishes it off with an and one. Jokic heads to the bench looking totally frustrated. Kawhi, who'd been quiet, starts getting aggressive on offense. Denver can't contain him and falls behind by double digits. Even with starters back in, Denver still couldn't get it going. Jokic just wasn't having the kind of impact you'd expect from an MVP. The Clippers clearly did their homework on Denver's two-man game.
Zoo the rebound. Leonard back the other way to the rim and in. Bullies his way to the rack. It's a timeout for Denver.
They even flipped Denver's strength transition offense against them. Zubac wasn't exactly shutting Jokic down completely though. Then Jokic commits an offensive foul trying to back down Zubac, but Jokic claps back by forcing a turnover right after. All of a sudden, it's a Euro big man pride battle. But Denver's not the kind of team to just roll over. Christian Braun gets a steal and slams it home to fire up the crowd. They start matching Gordon up with Zubac, and it's working. Gordon's hustle on both ends was a huge surprise boost. Meanwhile, Powell struggling hard was a problem for the Clippers. Then Westbrook hits a 3, finally proving them wrong. Denver storms back and ends the half down just 4. Honestly, that's a solid end to the half for the home team. Only downside, Murray kind of disappeared after his hot start. That's why the Clippers were still hanging on to the lead. But then something big happens early in the third. Harden picks up his 4th foul and things get dicey. Even so, he stays on the court trying to tough it out. And right when he could have folded, he proves he's the real deal. Denver starts hunting mismatches and puts the ball in Jokic's hands. Zubac couldn't really do much about Jokic's mid-range jumper either. The Clippers go small and throw quick double teams at Jokic, but they just didn't have the size to truly stop him. Christian Braun was fuming after getting baited by Harden's foul baiting. Then he blows his chance to get back at Harden, so the Clippers barely hold on to the lead. But with Harden off the floor, their ball handling fell apart. Bogdanovic coughing up the ball that much. No one saw that coming. Denver kept chasing, but never actually took the lead. Kawhi opens the 4th with a powerful driving dunk. It was a huge play right when the Clippers' momentum was slipping. So Denver can't afford to keep Jokic on the bench for long. He handles the double teams with perfect passes as usual. Then Kawhi answers with one of his signature smooth mid-range shots.
Beneficial. 50 points in the paint. Now Murray cranks one up. Got it! How about
seconds and tied it up at 81. And
Then Jamal Murray's three finally ties the game up. If Murray really gets going, this game's gonna look way different. Then Gordon, who's basically been the number 2 option today, knocks down a 3, but it's still a 1-point game. Crazy close. After the timeout, Denver traps Kawhi perfectly with a double team. Then Westbrook gets the put back, and Denver finally takes the lead. At that point, the home crowd was going wild, but Westbrook's missed layup killed the vibe just like that. Still, right after that, Westbrook comes back with another layup. In the end, Westbrook's clutch presence was definitely one of a kind. The Clippers lost the lead they'd held all game and couldn't grab rebounds. Then Jokic steps to the line for 2 big-time free throws. But Jokic, of all people, misses both. Denver totally blows their chance to pull ahead. The Clippers turn it around with some slick Harden to Jokic passing. Now Denver's got the ball with the game on the line. Of course, you'd think they'd go to Jokic here.
Murray switching in quick rotation. Into the corner, Westbrook for 3. Good! Russell Westbrook!
But surprise, it's not Jokic, they go with Westbrook instead. The defense tries to force a bad 3, but Westbrook nails it. Westbrook's clutch lesson totally saves Denver tonight, but the Clippers still had plenty of time left.
Harden goes quickly. The floater for the tie. Oh, it goes! 25!
Harden, not Kawhi, goes for the floater, and it drops. The road team claws out of hell to tie it up dramatically. Still, Denver had the upper hand with the last possession.
6 seconds. Jokic gives it up. Westbrook, 3 seconds. Westbrook throws it off of the Clippers, and that will do it. Denver does not get a shot.
But Westbrook's bizarre finish sends this wild game to overtime. Not sure if that was solid defense by the Clippers, or just Westbrook's comedy instincts kicking in. Either way, Game 1 needed extra time to be settled. Trying to redeem himself, Westbrook shows off some wild energy. The Clippers might have wanted a loose ball foul call, but either way, Westbrook stays in during OT, even with Murray heating up and Denver going up by 3. Westbrook had already used up all his outside shot luck. Still, Denver kept dominating the board since the 4th. The Clippers just couldn't catch up. With a minute left, Christian Braun hits a huge 3. That shot seriously boosted Denver's chances to win. To make it worse, Kawhi's bland rebound turns into a turnover. Looked like the Clippers were just about done.
Jokic interrupted by Dunn. Harden for 3. Oh, we're not done yet.
But Harden, who'd been battling all game, pulls up for a gutsy fast break 3. The visitors cling to that last spark of hope. Aaron Gordon calmly sinks both of his free throws, but the Clippers still had a shot to tie it up. One big 3 could send this thing to double OT.
Back in. Nuggets by 3. Powell can hit the 3 also. Westbrook breaks it up, and it's going to be Nuggets basketball.
And you know what?
Oh my gosh. The Clippers don't have
And the guy who ended it, Westbrook again. Westbrook's defensive stand forces a clutch turnover. And just like that, the Clippers couldn't even get a shot off. Sure, the road team might complain about a few calls, but Kawhi made way too many mistakes. Plus, Coach Lou's trust in Powell might have cost them. On the flip side, Denver had Jokic and Gordon staying solid all night, and of course Westbrook's roller coaster heroic. His up and down performance was a total ride. Honestly, it felt less like a game and more like a life lesson.